Hey there, folks. Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're going to dive into a fascinating topic: the evolution of humanity beyond the 5G and how our actionable marketing values are becoming more human. You see, in the past, we've been focused on 5 key aspects of human development: gathering, 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 and gathering. But now, we're moving beyond those 5 Gs and embracing a new approach. Our marketing values are shifting towards a more human-centric approach. We're no longer just about gathering, but we're now focusing on giving, 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 and giving. So, let's embrace this new era of humanity and strive to make our marketing efforts more human-centric. After all, isn't that what truly matters in the end? Thank you for joining us today. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more insightful content. Until next time, stay human.
Our DNA is made up of what? 5 elements, right? Hydrogen, carbon, nitrogen, phosphorus, and oxygen. Do you know how they're arranged? The phosphorus sits right here in the middle, and you've got 4 oxygen atoms surrounding it. Then there's another phosphorus, 2 more oxygen atoms. Now these are the legs of that double helix. The latter steps on it, they become the adenine, the guanine, the cytosine, and thymine, the ATCGs. It turns out they used to think that the body transferred or understood the energy information through electricity. They're finding out it's through frequency. Well, guess what hydrogen sounds like? It's a key of E, and it's the color yellow. Oxygen is a chartreuse, and it's the key of F over F sharp. The carbon is also the key of E and yellow. Nitrogen is G. That's what proper physics gets you to. Information used to be thought about as just electrical information passing on. But I got a question for you. Have you ever been at a party with some of your friends? You hung out and there's a song that came on and you were like, ah, and everybody got up and was live at that moment. So when that song comes on, our DNA tightens. There's a particular song, a scale in the genome for each and every one of us. Now when that song is played, when your particular prime resonant frequency is played, guess what happens? Your DNA celebrates and tightens. Everything else gets pushed out. Harmonic wave resequencing.
Well, hi. Wonderful day to you. This video finds you well and adjusting. Every day is an adjustment. Every day I'm hustling, hustling, adjusting, adjusting. What are you going to do when you find out? What you going to do when you find out? Some of us don't have a clue about anything. We have ideas. We have repetitious behaviors, and we have a perpetual cycle of doing things and trying again. Get up, do it again, do it again. You know, while the spectators of life judge and point fingers, we tend to just blindly do things and not know why, no rhyme or reason to the real issue. You know, there is a dialectic, there is a system that governs most of the world, most of the systems, most of the interactions with people and stuff. Problem, reaction, solution. Problems are created, reactions from the people are studied, and solution is provided, which creates consumers, and consumerism is a derivative of the word galloping consumption, cancer, eaten up. You know, there was once upon a time a world where most of the people were producing self-sufficient, honorable, prideful, independent, not a burden on anyone. That was life. And then, here we are. Oligarchy, religion, multiple generations of insanity. Insanity, the most popular definition for insanity is doing the same thing again and again, expecting different results. So problem, reaction, solution. The problems in the world happen because the people have no idea. The people have no idea they're creating the problems again. Why? Because the problems people create causes a reaction. And it's not a reaction that causes positive production. It's a reaction that causes a degradation of one's reality. So the solution is always prescribed. People have lost the ability to see and change and respond. And the reward system for doing things the right way, the natural way, is gone. Listen to this. I just downloaded this.
What if water is God?
Then that would mean God is both in us and all around us. That God is both above and below us. Why a woman's water breaks when we're born, and why some religions observe the ritual of baptism. But if water was God, then that would mean that God has no gender. That God takes the shape of whatever container God appears in, which would explain why we have so many different belief systems. Which begs the question, what is the spiritual significance of poisoning the water in Flint, Michigan? Or the oil burning in the Gulf of Mexico? Or the large islands of garbage floating in the Pacific Ocean? If God was water, would that not mean that every natural place is holy? That every thunderstorm was a church without walls? That when the rain falls, it's an act of God's death giving life, and when it evaporates again, it's the day of resurrection? And life itself, which is a test of learning how to be and flow like water, how to give life to other people, and how to refresh their spirits and quench their thirst with your presence.
Present.
What if water is God?
Then that would mean God.
So, in nature, as above, so below, inside and out, water is prevalent. You can take a glass, fill it with water, empty that glass, take the glass, put it in a blast furnace, and bring that glass to an electron microscope. And they will find traces of that original glass of water. You can never get rid of water. Water changes shape, density, states. Water can only be poisoned and misdirected in pipes. Water can only be delivered to you as a dead source of hydration. A nuclear, destructive, experience. But the water still completes the cycle of water. You can take that water and poison it. You can try your best to change the state of water, to replace water to be something else, but there will always be the original trace element of water, the source of life. So humans, which are, 70, 80, 90% water, we consume bottled water. Ironically, we pay for it. Ignorantly, we poison it. We take medication, pharmaceutical poison, and we pass it through our body, and it goes in the sewage systems of the world, and we're creating poison in the environment through sewage because we take pharmakia. This world is so divided and conquered. It's like watching that very talented hibachi grill guy. That blade's going, doesn't cut himself. He takes it, throws it in the air. He makes a little mountain, fire, eggs. And, we can be as talented as we think we are if our environment as a reaction to us, is not showing that we have a natural solution, tightening the circle of life to become a harmony balanced figure eight, a natural progression, it means the whole ecosystem is stressed because of humans. Humans do not know how to do anything in this world of accepted religions, educations, consumption, production. We are not connected to a source of original clarity, quantity, or substance. The power of a human has been degraded down to death. The mentality of a human has been promoted spiritually as a reward. You die and you receive your reward. But no one in the church, no one in the history, no one in the governments, no one is addressing the issue that I am talking about now. Source, purpose, nature. If our common response to life is doing the same thing again and again, and we don't even have a connection with the fact that everything we do results in death, poison, destruction, it makes our ecosystem stressed to the point where a collapse could occur. Even if there's a human collapse due to our inability to take care of our habitat, ourselves and each other, our species will come back. What is the greatest challenge for you and me? I believe the greatest challenge is to know our environment, know who we are, and have integrity to be a responsible example. Your life should teach with your mouth shut and your actions exuding vibrantly a lifestyle of fidelity. Fidelity, clarity, unity with an immortal cycle. You should be able to orient yourself anywhere in your life, upside down, sideways, backwards, spinning in a circle. You should be able to be identified as a producer of results. The clarity and the mission of your life should exude a vibrant shimmer of success as a human. And those that do live like this are our heroic examples, historically passing, and no one seeming to take the scales from their eyes and open their mind and come together and reason to bring the learned lesson to the table of existence. If we take this periodic table of elements and change our interaction with these elements, iron, gold, sulfur, salt, if we elementally choose water as our number one mission, we would resolve all the problems in this world without a God, without a church, without a government, without money, without books, indoctrination, murder, wars. If every human would focus on water, if we would produce water, and to be frankly honest with you, water is created by air. It's reassimilated with air. It reaches its goal naturally as a source of life with air, without you and me, companies, agendas. There's a natural replenishing of water. You know, we can play games. We can act like we know what we're doing. We can fight people like me because I'm speaking of reality in a way that causes you to judge me with your religious standards that mean nothing. We tend to always attack the messenger. We tend to always ignore the vibrant structure of water and the fact that we have to do nothing but maintain a productive, clean life, and water will expeditiously change the world around us, just like day and night. Your birthday will pass, and 50% of the water will be cleaned. The elements go back to their original. I don't care if it's a corrosive acid or a volcanic dust. If the excitement of energy and structure organizes itself in the human, in the placement of a human, in the location of a human, in the activity, the energy, the frequency, the vibes of a human, if a human calms down, clearly sees, understands, and divinely places a production of self-sustainability, we solve the problems of the world. We live, we love, we change, and we become either a product of or the reason they're saying they have to take over and control us because we don't know how to control ourselves. So I don't care how many videos you watch, I don't care how many people like me you listen to, unless you change your relationship with life, water, the elemental, base, sustainable, natural processes, unless you change the proximity of you and ignorance, you will be suffering. Now let's listen to this again.
What if water is God?
Then that would mean God is both in us and all around us. That God is both above and below us. Why a woman's water breaks when we're born, and why some religions observe the ritual of baptism. But if water was God, then that would mean that God has no gender. That God takes the shape of whatever container God appears in, which would explain why we have so many different belief systems. Which begs the question, what is the spiritual significance of poisoning the water in Flint, Michigan? Or the oil burning in the Gulf of Mexico? Or the large islands of garbage floating in the Pacific Ocean? If God was water, would that not mean that every natural place is holy? That every thunderstorm was a church without walls? That when the rain falls, it's an act of God's death giving life, and when it evaporates again, it's the day of resurrection? And life itself, which is a test of learning how to be and flow like water, how to give life to other people, and how to refresh their spirits and quench their thirst with your presence.
What if water is God?
Then that would mean God is both in us and all around us. That God is both above and below us. Why a woman's water breaks when we're born, and why some religions observe the ritual of baptism. But if water was God, then that would mean that God has no gender. That God takes the shape of whatever container God appears in, which would explain why we have so many different belief systems. Which begs the question, what is the spiritual significance of poisoning the water in Flint, Michigan? Or the oil burning in the Gulf of Mexico? Or the large islands of garbage floating in the Pacific Ocean? If God was water, would that not mean that every natural place is holy? That every thunderstorm was a church without walls? That when the rain falls, it's an act of God's death giving life, and when it evaporates again, it's the day of resurrection? And life itself, which is a test of learning how to be and flow like water, how to give life to other people, and how to refresh their spirits and quench their thirst with your presence.
What if water is God?
Then that would mean...
So what if the creation of God was standing, participating, promoting, consuming, and feverishly destroying the original source of life, the garden? What if humanity lost their way, quite simply Covetousness replaced honor and integrity and self-sufficiency. Lust, greed replaced solace, solitude, harmony, balance. What if fear replaced peace and tranquility? What would be the world we live in if everything I just said was actually the result of many generations of the tree of life being eaten by the inhabitants thereof, said creation? We're created with a manifest destiny. Our first inherent natural tendency is to survive. Breathe. After we learn to survive with a little help from our friends, our parents, who don't own you, your parents are basically custodians of the creation, the gardeners of the habitation, purveyors of the tranquility as an example. Therefore, we're temples read of men. The justice between me, you, everyone becomes quite clear that when we produce through social fidelity and we become vibrant, we lead the way. We are not a religion. We are not a faith. We are not a warring faction against another. We are human. We repetitiously, day by day, ignorantly choose the same things that we've chosen in the past, like our forefathers ignorantly did, without knowing that the simple partaking of the life forces that are around us to try to sustain us, they become the forces that naturally try to get rid of us. In nature, it's very hard for ticks and fleas and bugs to inhabit a natural animal, because the ticks and bugs and fleas and different things would be eradicated by the nature of the animal. The animal would have a natural musk, an oily coat, a habitual presence that protects it, gives it a long life, and the comfort and the security of not being infested with a foreign actor. If we just chose to become people that produce life, people that reduce waste, and people that don't have an anxiety or a nervous disorder to try to indoctrinate someone else with another failed plan, expecting the result to be a death reward, why should we do the unity of God, the source of God, the vibrance of God, by our sheer act of ignorance, not knowing that we are the divine creation? Why do we try to replace a natural relationship that we're born with in the image of the Creator, which is not a man or a woman, which has never had a physical form except what it created? What if the only ambition we should proudly participate with is the same ambition that our Creator has with us? Our Creator did not do some illicit drug or join a cult and commit to some devilish god to create a perfection and then throw in a perversion. The manifestation of creation is the most natural phenomena that we can study, quantumize, We can not produce life unless we produce life with a partner. We cannot see life unless we cultivate the sustainability of that life. And we cannot value life if the product and the result of that life is not backwashing and backfeeding life to the source. So the divine inheritance of a divine creation is a manifest destiny of work, production, standing, grounding. A redefined placement in a linear world, a reassessed relationship with energy, and a new vibrant existence that has basically no waste. In other words, we would exude, broadcast, function with the flow and grace of said Creator from within. The work of our hands, the thoughts of our mind, the days of our lives, our conception, our perception would not be a deception. What we say we would mean, we'd have results. I'm just telling you that you're created for a purpose, and the highest relationship you can have with spirituality is the honorable relationship with the Creator that does not require you to pray, suffer, die, lie, or kill. All your Creator requires you to do is express the purpose of creation with a love, a dedication. Memorialize creation itself, produce results. Your life should be an active, open relationship with divine source. You should be the source and the example of natural life, not eating the self-sustainable potential of your life, but having a covenant with, cultivating, and ensuring that every mistake you make, you produce a result that basically says by example that I learned not to do this because it was wrong. It was not bearing life. It was not producing sustainability. There was no continuity, no rhythm, no rhyme to what I was doing. All it was affording me is the stress and the repetitious behavior of an insane person. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing again and again and again, expecting different results. So, when you have been motivated, indoctrinated, cursed with the results of this life, thinking that you're doing the right thing spiritually, but you don't have the mental clarity to see that you don't even know the definition of love by experience and peace. You don't even have the ability to know the truth from a lie. You don't even have the appetite to be sufficiently held in place without gluttony. You don't even have the reproductive balance to not lust. You don't even have the peace and the value to be human. So therefore you circumvent the human life to be a consumer-driven Saturn Moon Matrix product, where you have no money, you die because you can't eat. If I'm not making sense, if I'm not bringing you some form of clarity without insulting your beliefs, I don't know what I'm doing. I have found a way to communicate to you that our Creator is water, the source of life, Our Creator is omnipresent. Our Creator is here before and will always be. And our Creator is part of the created. So, are we a self-fulfilling prophecy for the benefit of an elite small group of people known as oligarchy, cabals, Illuminati, whatever? Is their shining victory our blatant ignorance? Is our karma rewarding us because of the damage we've caused with the death of our existence? I believe we can take the scales from our eyes and come together and reason. I believe we can admit that even the known history is not just a rumor of the creation of governments, money, and religion. The Crusades stole, killed, and destroyed the remnant of human created essence. God didn't create governments, kings or queens, or religions, or books, or education, or technology. God created us. And from the way I see it, technology, gods, ways of life, education, religion, was all created to pull us away from a divine natural relationship where our destiny is manifesting in someone else's ideas because they know what we will do as a divine source-fed life form. We don't possess the ability to rise up as a warrior like I do, President Duterte did, and some few others. People like me and President Duterte are known as war mongrels, radicals, just so many names. But the truth is, when you see problems, the problems happen to you, and your fire in your life, the source is stronger in you than others. Maybe you have a purpose-driving force in your life to be not only an example eventually, but the prerequisite, the prelude, the signs along the way, the loud horn, to warn, to set the stage for. I promise you this, I will not invest my time in you like I'm doing now to cause you to take the scales from your eyes and open your mind and reason with me. Because the vast majority of you, and Muslims, like you say, bless his holy name, you have to admit, the statement, take the scales from your eyes and open your mind and reason together, has everything to do with what I'm saying now. If karma is the way we're judged, it's natural. We did it to ourselves. The scriptures of the dark evil forces of this world believe that if they can cause us to do what we're doing now as a civilization, they can justify not being blamed for the evil we live. Although these evil manifestations of families and bloodlines, kings and queens, religions and lies, these demonic forces of evil, stupidity, even though they created the vast majority of these choices and caused the stress of our death multiple lifetimes ago, the fact is today, you are responsible for what you do. Financially, legally, spiritually. You will suffer or you will succeed, according to the measure in which you do or not. So, your propensity, your ability to quickly judge me is nullified. There's nothing you can say or do to argue with what I'm saying. From Cubaloy to what's happening in the world, how everything was given to us, and how we along the way became the generation of curse. Top-down organization, top-down order, top-down law, top-down directives would be a direct result of bottom-up misinformed, bottom-up misled, bottom-up ignorance. Instead of us holding the ones at the top accountable by the laws they set to represent our social fabric and conduct, we always allow this subtle game, this political quagmire. We always say things like, well, it doesn't matter who we elect, they're going to be thieves anyway, so we got to participate. We always get in line, sometimes even fight, chismis gossip about why, who. Well, they said they would. That elected official fails, you blame everything on them, when it's actually you. So as you can see, everything you do, everything you rely on, depends on you being a person of grounded, rooted production. Inherently, bottom-up organizing and holding accountable these criminals that are wielding this just us system against us. The non-huddled, non-organized masses of ignorant human. This dying spark of divinity that we could be, over and over again, categorically, hands down, even the sciences can say that humanity is the root cause of a dying world. So, you can't argue with me. You can't fight with me. I'm not fighting. I'm speaking inherent fact. I'm encircling you with the truth. And now you're accountable. Natural law will karmatically jump into your life like electrical light bolts, and you will be held accountable. So cursed are you that do not respond by changing. Number one, by not being a poisonous life force, a bad vibe in a suffering world of noise and foolishness. If you cannot possess the ability to stop and reason, even your churches were created by stealing, killing, destroying, raping, taking a natural relationship with the Creator within and creating a fallacy outside. The fear of a Creator that's of love, they instilled a natural propensity to say, the fear of God is the beginning of knowledge. No. If you cannot pull yourself out of this world long enough to start seeing your problems clearly and thinking to do things differently, you don't have a chance. You will suffer and die. And this time of a corporate suffering and dying is right at a crossroad. People like me are a dying breed. My birth, my life, my path is like an eagle of the north soaring over you, saying, yep, him, her. They're the reason. How do I take you and shake you and drag you to your solution? How do I convince you that some albino monkey is the solution? Some potion, some vacillating ornament in the sky? You're the solution. You're naturally born. You're naturally always empowered by this force and the source called Creator, creation. You phonetically are so lost, you don't even know what you say or say what you mean. And when you look in the mirror, you don't even realize, with your real eyes, you do not see yourself. You see a reflection, and there's a big difference. Those that can discern, those that have clear purpose, can see the malformity, the perversion, the pain, the suffering, the anointing in all that we focus and see. Just like a cat, a dog, a wild animal can sense if you're good or bad. Just like a child can see if you have a divine purpose or an evil intent. Just like a child screams when it sees a needle to pierce its dermis, its skin. It's not natural. It's a poison. If you can't see and reason with me, you deserve what's coming to you. But I am confident that with everything happening from the failed presidency of Bongbong in the Philippines to the fact that most people that use the word Maharlika are trying to peddle a cult, all people that speak about their religion are doing nothing but the same thing that was done as a gift for their suffering and dying disconnect from their divine natural life. Our Creator did not give us a world of churches and books and fear. Our Creator gave us a world to be a gardener, a partaker of life and the abundance of that life, to be sufficient and make more in love. Do no harm. That's our natural essence. But for some reason we got the fear. The fear of what? Being judged by your peers? Isn't it apparent to you that if you know the basic structure of water, if you know the basic ins and outs, goings and comings of nature, if you know your footprint as a human, if you can stop and reorganize your life in one sitting before you sit down and eat, concentrate, make a list, purpose in your life to produce more than you eat, to produce more than you spend, to produce more than you waste. Produce life. Produce an exchange that will be an example of abundance, and cause your life to be an humble, radiant example of humility. People will see your life and they will stop and follow you without you even knowing. Men and women are living epistles read of men and women. We do what we do. Criminals will follow criminals. Rapists will follow rapists. Drug abusers will follow drug abusers. Insanity creates religions. Look at the quagmire of bullcrap going on with Cubaloy. A man motivated by controlling people, basically stating that he's some form of a close relationship to God as a son. I'm a son of God. So are you a son or a daughter of God, the Creator. In fact, my Creator is so wonderful, so humble, and so much a provisioner of life that my Creator requires no ordination, no prayer, no consecration. My Creator requires a participation, an open life. The more successful you are to be a vessel, a conduit, an open window, the more effervescence you will have. The more of the what you call Shekinah glory will flow, and you will not have to say amen or thank you. You will just be, in your essence, accountable, full of joy, which there's no explanation. And the foolishness of this Creator would even confound the wisdom of those trying to say they're our leaders in their criminal just us syndicate. Such folly, such foolishness. It should be child's play for us to make a choice to be a producer of life. It should be our perpetual reward to be living in a world that is abundant with success and happiness. Not a financial, but a human value-driven success. Do you value your enemy? Do you value the most evil in the world? That's been my hardest lesson. The hardest thing I've ever had to do is not fight for justice at a level of human interaction. Abuse, pain, have been a part of my life. I have, for 60 years, 55 years, I have induced tactics that get attention, accomplishments that say, look at me, and purpose that drives examples that make me say, why aren't they watching? I've involved myself to reach the heights and the depths of everything. And the biggest battle I ever fought was a maternal, paternal relationship. My father and my mother. The cause and effect of that destruction, that path until the past few days, was the corrosion and the wherewithal in which I sought, enacted, corrosively destroyed, or perpetuated dysfunctionality because of two people. One started it, the second one finished it. The third one perpetuated pain and destruction, resulting in me finally clearly seeing that what I did for multiple years and all was take the same pain, regurgitate it foolishly, and try to make the one who started it accountable. And then his cohort, his second wife, tried to hold her accountable for not holding him accountable. Such a stupid wheel of ignorance. Now I'm free. Just a clear inner standing in me as myself. I know who my mate is, someone I have abused by going and coming, blocking and coming back, crying, and emotions of ignorance. I've left a trail of relationships that'll blow your mind. Looking for love in all the wrong places. I've made statements boldly. I learned to love myself. Foolish. I'm just now experiencing the ability to say and embrace the fact that I've made a choice not to judge and castigate and point fingers and maniacal and just... I'm starting to be oriented as a human, as a created essence. And everything that I know, everything that I've done, all the purposes that I've dragged and slapped you with, tried to inflate you with or incite you with, now I can have the result of my life to hold accountable people that have no daily interaction with me, except that occasional contentious meeting that never produces. The cause and effect of my life abruptly came to an end when my family chose not to communicate with me anymore. When my father ironically said, "Why did you expose my misgivings, misdoings to your mother?" I said, "You did it in front of her." "Oh yeah, you're right." I caused so much drama in my parents' life that they went to the hospital. Heart problems. And I can't do anything to regain any relationship with them. The best thing I can do is be who they purposed me to be in a good way. And that I will do with a force multiplier. Because I'm not going to lose the fact that I am known by millions. I am purpose-driven. But now I can align my life and my purpose and drive for a result. I can produce a result, an image. I can not be contentious and fight. I can take the water of life and apply it in my life and wash this life and be me. Without a prayer, without a hope, without a fear, without a mentality of death, I can stand as an immortal. I am immortal. You all are. To be absent from this body is to be with the Creator. So your soul is alive. You are forever. So be it. Not amen, but do it. Let's listen to this one more time. This man is speaking. It's not a poem, it's not a rhyme, it's not from a script. It's from his dome, from his head, from his life, from his experience, from his revelation. You must produce results.
What if water is God?
And that would mean God is both in us and all around us. That God is both above and below us. Why a woman's water breaks when we're born, and why some religions observe the ritual of baptism. But if water was God, then that would mean that God has no gender. That God takes the shape of whatever container God appears in, which would explain why we have so many different belief systems. Which begs the question, what is the spiritual significance of poisoning the water in Flint, Michigan? Or the oil burning in the Gulf of Mexico? Or the large islands of garbage floating in the Pacific Ocean? If God was water, would that not mean that every natural place is holy? That every thunderstorm was a church without walls? That when the rain falls, it's an act of God's death giving life? And when it evaporates again, it's the day of resurrection? And life itself, which is a test of learning how to be and flow like water. How to give life to other people. And how to refresh their spirits and quench their thirst with your presence.
What if water?
And that's the answer, with your presence. Do you have the ability to be an humble divine creator? Is your ego under control? Can you stand on the ground that you cultivate, live, and rely on? Can you stand on that firm foundation of your footing and be you? Without lying, stealing, participating in all of these systems around you that do not pay homage and support the natural creation. Your church needs to become a ghost town. Your books can be used for fire. Your life can be changed for a divine purpose. To manifest your destiny. The only destiny you are guaranteed to have is the life you live here. What are you going to do with it? Are you scared of the end because you've lost the purpose and joy and the victory of each day? You can't blame it on the rain. You can't blame it on me. One religion can't blame the other religion. One culture cannot blame the other culture. We all participate in this dysfunctional, fractionalized, marginalized reality. And for some strange reason, you don't see that you are the reason everything is wrong. No one's coming to save you. This is the closest thing you're going to get from a heavenly poem or a statement that says you're the reason. You're the purpose. The original has been replaced with a fake. A plastic, an autocon, a kababayan, a compliant, ignorant citizen that will collectively worship Pacquiao because he gave 1,000 with his water brain damage from being hit so many times. And some of you that supported the one that's in there now, this prodigal son, who is nothing like his father, spoiled brat. Some of you don't even reason with the evil he's doing. you ignore it and you jump in the bandwagon of trying to put Duterte in jail or badmouth people like me, you're going to fail. Because the ends that justifies the means in which things change, you're going to see Sarah naturally put in place. You're going to see the Malacañang move to Davao. And you're going to see the Philippines become Maharlika again. Sarah and possibly Amy will be the last elected officials, or replacing the dysfunctional official as a functional leadership. Maharlika will rise. What's known as the Philippines will become a bastion for nature, love, an example, an oasis, a matriculation of a holographic reality that turns into a natural essence of divine purpose. So you people better wake up. The power of agreement is stronger than the huddled masses of morons that serve a death, fear-based mentality. If your God requires you to be on your face crying, you're serving the stupid God. If your God is in your heart, patiently waiting for a loving relationship where he can experience your life, then you're finding the right spot. That's your G spot. That's your orgasmic change. You better find it and rub it. You better make it a natural thing, because you alone are the source of your change. You alone are the repetitive behavior that naturally manifests your life, your immortal life, your life that'll be the example. You know, when we really come together, and that we will, when we really take the scales from our eyes, and that's only your repetitious behavior, your vain repetition. When we stop doing the things that we fail at over and over again, even our past forefathers failed, blaming it on a woman eating an apple from a tree. Society partook of eating their own apple, their own tree of life. We started to move around and not even think about the ground we stand on. We started to covet the goods of others that produced. We started to pervert the natural essence of morality. And our excuse for not having a sustainable life was, it's them. The Christians say it's the Muslims. The Muslims say it's the Christians. These people say that it's all given to us as a choice and alternative. If we come together, which we will, and we are, and we organize ourselves to be like-minded, one mind, one accord, we're not going to have to pray. We just have to agree and produce. We should all agree to produce as much food as we can for ourselves, develop a storehouse of said food, and make sure we're ingesting real food. Don't eat sugar anymore. Stop buying as much junk and acid soda. Produce. Work hard. Stop the Minecraft. Rest in place. Learn to be thankful for everything. And then when you've learned that, do it again. When we all come together and do just that, when we all come together and from the bottom up hold the leaders accountable and tell them stop, they have to obey us. Because the doctrine of these evil doers, the Talmudic tradition says, you can rape, steal, kill, destroy, as long as they allow you. You can have their wives, their spoils, as long as they open the door and allow you. You're not going to be held accountable. It's their problem. Their God is sufficient. Their God is within them. Their purpose should drive them to resist following an evil way. So your choice is before you. The power of agreement breaks the yoke that binds us. The yoke that binds us is the closed eyes, the closed life, the reality that you don't even know that you are inhabited. Your force of life is a creator. The waters of your life are pure. The product of your life has a manifest destiny to do only what must be done for you to be happy. So, don't look anywhere else but to yourself. Look in the mirror long and hard, and while you're looking at you, think about all those that have seen you, that you've wronged. Think about all the ones that you have not thanked, that you've forgot about. The relationships which were real until you became fake. Learn to forgive, learn to heal, learn to speak positive, learn to do positive. There's no excuse. You should produce enough ability to say no to those who would steal your blessings. You should produce enough discipline not to boast and brag about your possessions and your success. Your humility should only allow the essence of what they vibrantly see, because it's clear that you're divine purpose driven and a created being, just like a zombie would look for the spirit. That's what a zombie is doing. A zombie is trying to eat the one that has a connection to the soul. Because all a zombie is a dying life force. The soul is cut off. That's why they eat flesh. If you collectively come together, if we come together to do just this one thing, break the cycle of stupidity, ignorance, religiosity is ridiculous. If we stop looking at the news and we start holding everything from the DOH to the Malacanang to Washington, D.C., even the people you follow as influencers, are they influencing you? Like Teraku, you idiot, with your picture of President Duterte dead. Code Blue, you morphodite. It's time. It's time that we look at the results. President Duterte was the one leader that was elected by a country through a process, and publicly the world watched upwards of 1 million people meet when Moko Usan and the Moko girls were doing Team Pagabago, and we were all on the edge of tears, feeling the goosebumps of success running up and down our spine. We knew the dedication and the fervor and the wise manifestation of a man named President Duterte was a reality. The public gatherings didn't even leave garbage on the ground. The plastic river, the Pasig, became the river of life. No more plastic. What an interesting metaphor, huh? The Pasig River is the river of life in metaphor. President Duterte, through a collective gathering, the people took the plastic out of the river of life. The Malacanang is built on holy ground. Did you know that? The Malacanang is along the Pasig River. And the word Malacanang means flat ground. Kababayan. Maharlikans coming from all over the islands, many different nations, to trade. International trade. Spices, garments, all kinds of things. Malacanang is flat ground. It's holy ground. It's where the language Tagalog came from. Tagalog is nothing but a manifestation of 171 different tribes, which comprised of what is the last 10,000 years history of Philippine Islands. All languages are publicly studied by institutions, Ivy League institutions around the world, having all originated from Luzon area, Laguna de Bay. All plants, ironically, have an origin with the guttural utterances of tribes manifesting from the Philippines. So why? Why do you choose a God that never existed? Why do you choose practices that are cohesive with corrosion? Why do you not choose the water of life, which is a clean life? Even your sweat is not poisoned with sugar and acid, and you become a force of life when you do what's natural. When you take pride in your yard, your backyard, and you protect your family by not allowing strangers to rape your daughters, and you start to discern everything that's in your frontal view, when you start to stop looking at all of this death and destruction and negative information, and you start to empower yourself with production, when you put your hands to the plow and you bear results, you gain an independence from a world that's cooperating with each other to put a mask on again and get a vaccine, to basically admit that, it's prophesied we fall. We're waiting for the blessed hope. Come on. When we really take the scales from our eyes and come together and think only by not repeating the same mistakes again and again. Insanity means this. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing in life again and again, expecting different results. That means you're programmed with a lie called a doctrine. Your reward is something you can't see. And your sense is not common to man. Because man should have a vibrant common sense to participate with nature. Because God's in nature. Like the man said, if God is water and water is God, God is genderless, God is everywhere, God is above and below, God is the base source of life. So, another thing. All of you are so proud with your ability to judge, like Christians judging alternative life forms, lifestyles. The word bakla was the first agreed term to explain a force of life which we call God. And bakla, in the original course of time, long ago, bakla used to mean a man or a woman that produces life with such example that they become a local driving force of change that produces beautiful natural results. That's what bakla means. So let's get with it. Don't judge me. Help me. Contact me. See what you can do to plant the seed of life. Let's come together. Let's talk about what must be done in your own home, in your own life, to produce results, to be vibrant, to have social fidelity. Let's create a network of members that are consciously aware of the fact that historically, the alternatives we were given to live and follow do not reward us with a manifest destiny. Do not leave us at night in peace with our Creator here, but endow us with the failure that we just keep trying and trying and trying, because that's all we know. Our Father's creation dies from lack of knowledge. The knowledge is not a book, it's not a Bible, it's not a Quran. The knowledge of life is self-sustainability. We're all born inherently with the ability to live. And when we just live and work to live and maintain a clean environment where we live, if our own footprint is solid and strong, it'll support us. But we've lost our way. So let's come together. Let's take Maharlika Rise and turn it into a Renaissance period of humans having value in each other in such a way that we do produce results and we do hold our leaders accountable in love, and we tell them no, it's over. your convenient criminality is over. Take advantage of us supporting you. Get involved. Doing good things is life. It's good vibes. Giving credit to yourself. You don't have to stand and say, elect me again. You can go home and do the same thing. Produce life. That should be our number one goal, because water is there. It's not going anywhere. DNA, the source of life, the seed of life, is always going to be here. If we destroy ourselves today, we will replenish this world, and the garden will naturally produce life again. It has, historically. So, are you going to believe the facts? Are you going to look in the mirror and see what I see? Because I see you. And you should see me. For those of you that have followed me, I have had one hell of a walk, one hell of an experience trying to say, oh, I have another one. Oh, now I got it. This is love. Is it love that I'm feeling? No. I was known for saying not too long ago, I learned to love myself. That was a lie. I've always loved myself. But just like us not knowing that love is just a word, love means a lot, you know. If you love people, you won't hurt people. If you love people, you won't try to be their Messiah. If you love people, you won't try to judge them. You'll exist. If you love people, you'll take the pain of what you see in their life. If you can see your neighbor, your brother, your sister, your son, your daughter, if you can see them embracing change themselves, if their life becomes a closet of no options, if all the doors are closed and their last call was to you and said, Mom, please help me, I'm in trouble. What is it? Financially or whatever. Tough love. Don't help them. If they're starving and they come to your house, give them a meal. Send them back home. If they're on fire, if you need to urinate, try to put it out. But if they walk to you on fire, they're on drugs. Burn, baby, burn. We got to get to where we're doing the right thing all the time. Tough love. Let them grow on their own. Let them come to you in the years to come and say, Mom, remember when I needed help all the time? I'm so thankful for your wisdom, Mom. Dad, you didn't help me. You forced me to do something for myself. Break the cycles. Break the cycles of codependency. Create stability in your life. Teach the ones under your branches that what you do to produce results and self-sufficiency, they have to also do. Force your life to naturally not bear waste that destroys. We have so many examples of beautiful, self-sufficient life. Just go to the Providence. Any Providence. Almost 9,000 islands. You will find a life that's not poisoned with a metro life, a consumption, a net citizen equation that says, well, I thought this was the Providence. You won't find sewage in the ditches. You won't see shoes hanging in the power lines. You might not even see power lines. You'll see self-sufficiency. Go and seek change. Live, love, change. Change yourself every day. Become more of you. Have enough pride and respect for yourself to be an example. Because honestly, that's the only way people change, is by following the example of others. So, I am John, I'm the founder of Social Fidelity Technology Company. We're worldwide. We're manifesting change by example. Social Fidelity is a group of people that's a member group It's a semi-for-profit agency. The only thing we profit on is enough to keep going, and we empower people to do things, to produce. We give them the assistance. We automate their lives in such a way that they can have more time with hands-on production, planning. Seed time and harvest is the most natural way to replenish. We're doing things so we can be vibrant, so we can actually become the vibrant stars of life. The shooting stars that people examine. Oh, wow, I just saw them the other day and they're just doing this. What are they doing? Look. Well, that's them. People change because you change. And when we're not changing people by guilt or association, when we're changing people by an humble example, when we take the pride to do things that are an example of life, the divine will create through you. If our Creator can get the blessing through your life will bless others. And the beautiful thing about it is you will not stress. You're protected. Every step you take is ordained by intention. Replace everything. Replace all your behaviors, all your historic renderings of failure. Learn to see the intention of what is established before you. If it's a building with a cross on it and a book and a denomination, there's an evil intention. Somewhere in the fabric of that, you can go into the historical establishment of that dissertation of what they call spirituality, and you can see that it destroyed some indigenous culture. It destroyed some successful natural way of life, which people in the city from the universities called monkeys. Third world countries, they don't have clothes. They shit on the ground. No, they didn't. They shit in a hole and buried it. That's even in the Bible. Most natural civilizations live peacefully. They had time to play with the children. They followed the children. The children became their biggest lesson. And they led by example, naturally. They sustained life by nature. And the Creator was known by them. They didn't have a church. They didn't have a statue. They had a life. If you're looking for an answer in an established edifice that produces nothing, you will be nothing. The only good thing about it is when you're not here, when you're dead, you're alive with the Creator. And that's a fact. There's no hell. That was a creation of the church in the last 1,000 years. The evil that you see is the devil and stuff like that, that's all art. The church actually used to teach reincarnation. And for a season, the vicars, the pastors, the people in the church were proselyted by the money of the congregation. People were wanting to be assured a passage back to reincarnate as a rich person, a man or a woman, or some guy's gal. It failed because it's not real to produce that type of relationship with nature. Nature will bring you back here to the school of life for you to learn, for you to finally exit this cycle and be in the realm of Creator. But you know what? If you can't see your own failure, and you're too busy watching the failure of other people and blaming them, then you can't even judge your life and produce an alternate action to have a successful outcome, to learn from your mistakes. You see, the natural process of doing things ourselves and being self-sufficient is jaded and locked away from us because we have accepted failure in a repetitive way. We've become lunatics of failure. We do the same thing again and again. We go to the same church, eat the same food, do the same thing that the DOH says or the college says or the preacher or the priest says. We do it over and over again, and generation after generation we fail. So break away. Steal away the time for you to be you. You were born to be you. You've got a creator in you that's waiting to bombastically love you, bombastically heal you, rain down on you the peace and tranquility that only a creator can do. Resolve your differences and cause you to stand without having the ghost in your mind reminding you of the pain. Without having the winds of change keep you in fear. Without having the darkness having to be illuminated by the fake light. The tranquility and peace of a life, a love, a hard work, a purpose drives you to success. To matriculate into a manifest destiny naturally. So, take the scales from your eyes. Think about everything you do. And think of a way to produce results. Okay? Spirituality, church, stuff like that, that's easy. Stop participating with the stupid God. No one's coming to save you in that. When it comes to your government, my goodness, if they hold you accountable for taxes and laws, they even more should be an example of accountability. Their criminal just us system, their club of thievery, quite simply can be eradicated by you holding them accountable with a peaceful voice, not with a cannon, a fire, a stick, but with you saying no. When an organization of ignorance tells you to stay inside and live in fear, but if you go to a restaurant, you can be okay. You're free to open up and partake of the wonderful surroundings. But when you get up from your chair, try to get out of the sunlight and put this, you people better wake up. Learn Latin. The word virus means poison. Microwave energy kills cellular tissue. 5G. In the chakra, 5G is here. The earth is 3-dimensional. We speak life. We speak this earth into existence. It's a holographic reality. It's like a computer program manifested by you. Virtual reality is just like what you see in the game, people doing this, that's what you do. In all reality, you do not see anything. You produce as a player. You project this reality. There's energy that comes from your eyes, from the creation of your soul. There's a nexus point of creation and intention where you manifest with the physical product, melanin. You manifest this reality. So we are of the earth, by the earth. We're maintained by consumption. And by the nature of our essence, we have a shelf life of about 70 to 100 years, if you're lucky. And our mentality accepts our death. But the fact is, you're alive anyway. Death is a greater reality of life. A dream is more real than some of your lives. How much of your day you don't know you live? How much of your day is you following like an ants? So, please reason with me. Click the links. Get involved. Things are changing fast. Things are being adjusted. If you see something that doesn't look normal, come back again tomorrow. Or an hour later, it might change. Soon, you're going to see an influx and onboarding of people that are tooling their lives with the natural manifestation of their own will. Their will to be true to where they are, what they're doing, for the purpose of being self-sustainable, not to be a burden on their local governments, their local churches, their local families, but to produce in excess of what they consume in direct relation to their life actually being reassessed and cleaned by the nature of what they do. Problem, reaction, solution, over. Humans seeing the problems, their reaction is learning not to be the problem and produce a solution. God's not going to save you. Jesus, Mahdi, Abraham, Elvis Presley. Nobody's going to save you. It's you. So all these options, all these generational failures, hey, do what you can do, because you are the strongest force of life on this earth, in this reality. You are the reason why all of these different organizations claim that they serve you and they want you to do it too. They just fail to tell you what I just told you. Because what I told you is exactly what's going on. Humans do not know what they do. And humans are actually the reason for everything that's wrong. Because we allow it. We don't hold ourselves accountable based on human values. We value a human by money. How much of your life do you trade for an hourly wage? A peso. Okay? So let's get with it. Let's be who our Creator created us to be. And the beautiful thing about it is only you can do that. So be that life changer, that way maker. Be a man or a woman of social fidelity, which means clarity. And be vibrant enough. Let the production of your life create a shimmer like bling bling, you know. Make your life attractive enough to where people do what you do, and we just become a happy civilization by design, by example. Be a vibrant store. In this actionable marketplace, the actions you have can market and place your life in a location of reality that's buoyant, fluid, and you're great, and you're balanced. And no matter where you are, what you do, you produce. Thank you. Bye.
Hello everyone. Welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to talk about Connect DMZ 5G, a platform that revolutionizes the way we connect, communicate, and manage our data. So let's dive right in. Connect DMZ 5G is a game changer in the world of technology. It's a one-stop solution for all your connectivity needs, providing you with a single platform, a single login, and multiple layers of connectivity. With Connect DMZ, you can now access your data and communication network anytime, anywhere. Connect DMZ is a 24/7, 365-day service that ensures your data is always connected and accessible. It offers a range of services, including sales, IT support, tracking, and more. With Connect DMZ, you can now connect as your DMZ, anytime, anywhere. Connect DMZ is all about connectivity and automation. It's a data network automation platform that simplifies the way you connect, communicate, and manage your data. It's designed to provide you with the best possible experience, allowing you to connect, communicate, and manage your data with ease. One of the key features of Connect DMZ is its ability to provide a secure and reliable connection for your data. It's built on a robust network infrastructure that ensures your data is always connected and accessible. With Connect DMZ, you can now connect, communicate, and manage your data with confidence, knowing that your data is in good hands. Connect DMZ is also designed to be user-friendly, making it easy for you to manage your data and communication network. It provides a range of tools and features that allow you to track your data usage, manage your network settings, and more. With Connect DMZ, you can now connect, communicate, and manage your data with ease. In conclusion, Connect DMZ 5G is a revolutionary platform that transforms the way we connect, communicate, and manage our data. With its user-friendly interface, robust network infrastructure, and range of features, Connect DMZ is the perfect solution for anyone looking to connect, communicate, and manage their data with ease. Thank you for joining us today, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more tech updates and insights. Until next time, stay connected.
Hey there, folks. Welcome back to our channel, where we're all about bringing you the latest and greatest in technology. Today, we're going to dive into the Vibrant Star Video Call Center, a game-changing platform that's taking the world by storm. So, let's get started. First off, let's talk about the Vibrant Star Video Call Center's actionable marketplace. This feature allows you to easily connect with potential customers and clients, making it a powerful tool for your business. With just a few clicks, You can create a professional profile, share your products or services, and start building your brand. Now, let's move on to the advanced features of this platform. The Vibrant Star Video Call Center is designed to make your life easier, and it does just that. With its intuitive interface and user-friendly design, you can manage your calls, messages, and appointments with ease. Plus, the platform is equipped with advanced analytics, so you can track your progress and make data-driven decisions to grow your business. But wait! There's more. The Vibrant Star Video Call Center also offers a range of top features that set it apart from the competition. For instance, you can customize your call center with your own branding, making it a true reflection of your business. And let's not forget about the 24/7 customer support, ensuring that you're always taken care of. Now, let's talk about the benefits of using the Vibrant Star Video Call Center. First and foremost, it's a cost-effective solution that can help you save time and money. With its advanced features and user-friendly interface, you can streamline your operations and focus on what matters most, growing your business. So, there you have it, folks. The Vibrant Star Video Call Center is a game-changer in the world of business communication. Whether you're a small business owner or a seasoned entrepreneur, this platform is definitely worth checking out. Thank you so much for tuning in today. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more tech insights. As always,